This is Crypto Doe. Good morning to all. Of course, you guys see what Bitcoin is doing. Just giving you guys a quick morning update. You know how I normally do. Before I enter the gym, let me give you guys a quick update, right? Bitcoin tops Amazon market cap on pizza day as price sets new highs. Bitcoin right now is hovering above 110,000. It made it all the way to about 1111. 111,000 just last night. I've been posting about it. You guys go check out my post. That's where the receipt is. Told you guys that it can go from 111 through 116 before facing some form of resistance to then go all the way up to 125. Right? So Bitcoin is actually on the tear. It is on the rip. A lot of things are happening. This may be because of the bullish sentiment that we do have because of the Genius Act, which then enables stable coins, right? Which then enables stable coins to have trillions of dollars flooded into the market. But let me read a quick article. I'm Crypto Doe. Let me introduce myself for the people that just coming on in, just tuning in. I'm Crypto Doe. I want to share everything I know with you guys so together we can go further than Wells Fargo. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. Hit the bell notification as well to pay tribute to the channel. This is free content. Once again, though, I do have other things that I am selling on the content. Go check out my crypto store when you have a chance. Also, um, let's get into the show for today. My goal is to actually get to 10,000 subs for this year. So help me get to 10,000 subs. That's all I ask. Let's read this quick article by Cointelegraph. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but let's get it. Bitcoin tops Amazon market cap on pizza day as price sets new highs. Like I said before in my prior videos, I believe that Bitcoin will top um, gold in the near future, right? It's moving on up. It's moving on up because if Amazon has Bitcoin on its balance sheets, which I think that it should, right? Not financial advice, Amazon, but you're gonna make tremendous amount of money. Bitcoin surpasses Amazon in a market capitalization, hitting about 2.2 trillion. That's with a T to be exact. And marketing symbolic milestone that experts say that could boost the mainstream investors' confidence. The market cap of the world's first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, surpasses the retail and the tech behemoth Amazon on Bitcoin Pizza Day. And y'all know what Bitcoin Pizza Day when somebody bought the first pizza with Bitcoin. That's what it is. That's what it is. Um, Market data shows that the Bitcoin is at $110,656, had a market cap of 2.2 trillion with a T at the time of writing. 7 billion, that's with a B, more than the 2.1 trillion, that's with a T, Amazon violation. By surpassing Amazon in terms of capitalization, Bitcoin has attracted even more attention from the non-crypto audience. So I'm just letting you guys know that people are finally paying attention to Bitcoin. See, they paying attention to it at a time where we are in the pro crypto era, where blockchain will be the center of a lot of different things. And this is good news, super bullish news, but I've been with Bitcoin before when it was ugly, when people didn't like it. People didn't like the sound of it. They called it a scam. And I'm like, how could you call Bitcoin a scam when fiat currency is the biggest scam in the world? Oh no, they use it to purchase drugs. Oh no, they use it to traffic. Oh no. Well, Mr. Diamond, JP Diamond, JP Morgan, can't they use the US dollar to do the same thing? So it all depends on the individual. Right? It's just like the right to bear arms, right? Now, it's not the gun, it's the person behind the gun. So you can't control people based on that. You can only control as much as you can, right? At the end of the day, people have to be accountable for their own actions, right? It's not the gun, it's the shooter. It's the same analogy. Oren said, are you a big fan of God? Hell yeah, I'm a big fan of God, right? He make everything possible. he, she, the forces, whatever you want to call it. I call it positivity. The entity, the forces, yes, I believe in it. Owen. Say Ray 316. Amazon is Ripple partner. Yeah, I knew that. Thanks for bringing that up, Say Ray. Partner, and so I know they have XRP on their balance sheet too. Yeah, they always find a way. Though they tell you guys they're not investing, they find a way how to backdoor invest. It may not be them directly. They may even set up a private entity that we don't even know about that's investing, right? So I totally understand that as well. I totally understand it as well. Martin McNamara. I'm mad I never was disciplined to keep my money into Bitcoin. Well, look, right? It's not too late. Don't be mad at it. We all make mistakes. We didn't know. You didn't know. You didn't know, right? But you know now. So as a man, I would take a plan of action and still DCA into it. I would rather have a little bit than have none. How about that? How about that? I would rather have a little bit than have none. And you know there's other projects that you can buy whole coins of that's going to skyrocket. So, Martin, don't worry about that. Don't worry about what the past, right? We only care about the present, right? Live for now and the future that you plan on building, right? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is your first time in here. My goal is to get to 10,000 subs. My goal is to get to 10,000 subs. Help me to help you. Say Race 316 said dark liquidity pools are how we see $250 million XRP whale purchase on Coinbase, but the price won't budge. Yeah, the price is not gonna budge for XRP because we know that's the solution of all solutions, right? But one day you'll wake up and XRP will be more than what anyone would ever think, because no one truly knows the true value of XRP. We just know that it's extremely valuable, right? We just know that it's extremely valuable. Mark Ewa said thoughts on Block Y AI. I don't know what that is. Mark Ewa, I don't know what that is. I have to do my research. Day for Day said we need that circle deal to close with Ripple. Yeah, but they say, see, Day for Day, they talking about the fact that Coinbase is bidding with Circle as well, and I'm like, nah, I don't think so, because they already get paid from them. So why would you buy something that you damn near already getting 50% of their revenue? You know? But Ripple, on the other hand, that will be a bonus for Ripple. But then, you know what I think? Ripple is going to be so much of damn near a conglomerate, so big, right? Like the big wheel on the block, that they're going to try to stop Ripple from acquiring a whole bunch of things. Because at that point, you already acquired Hidden Road. That's trillions of dollars. You already made a stable coin. I'm going to read an article about stablecoins having trillions of dollars that's about to flood on in, according to the crypto czar that we have, right? And I look at it as this, damn, if XRP do anything else, if they do anything else, it's like, what are you guys trying to start a monopoly? Now they got to make a rule for regulation to say, well, you could only own X amount of entities because XRP is going to own everything. And I like that for XRP, because what's good for Ripple is good for XRP. Some people might say, well, Ripple is going to acquire this and then they're going to use the XRP to dump it. Ripple is not doing that. It would be in their best interest for Ripple to for XRP to be higher in value. That's what I personally believe. That's what I see. That's what the charts say. That's what the sentiment is, right? They're not going to crash Ripple, crash XRP. There's no point. They will actually get 10 times richer if and more purposeful if XRP blows, and it will. That's what I personally believe. They may accuse Ripple of monopoly. Yep, I just said that. Yep. Ripple is the best position to purchase. That's the thing. I'm seeing a over of 111 B worth of XRP proposed now. Yeah, Ripple is one of the ones. They're not the two. They're one of the ones. I even had in the future. I really see that Ripple, as far as market cap, can damn near beat Bitcoin. But that's in the near future, right? Let's talk about. And like I said, if this is your first time in here, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, help me swim through the algorithm. That's all I ask. Okay, so we talked about on Pizza Day, Bitcoin, which is one of its first transactions. Bitcoin beat its previous all-time high. It beat 109, right? Another article that I wanted to talk about was White House crypto czar David Sachs says stablecoin bill will unlock trillions. Trillions, that's with a big T, for the U.S. Treasury. Key points. President Trump, crypto Caesar, or David Sachs said stablecoin legislation will boost Treasury demands. The Genius Act, which I told you guys about the other day, which is a very important act. Y'all seen Elizabeth Warren is melting. Oh my God, she can't stand she can't stand the fact that crypto is actually is happening. She can't stand it because she's advocated so much against it. I'm not going to say that she don't invest in it, because I believe everyone who's against it, they probably invest in it too. They just don't want the world to know that they invested in it. You know, that's why I don't read the headlines. I read in between the lines. That's my advice. If I'm going to give you advice, this is the advice that you should do. Read in between the lines. Don't watch what they say, but mimic what they do, right? Because actions speak louder than words, right? Actions speak louder than words. Sometimes saying a little is saying a lot. Let me read. Sometimes saying a little is saying a lot. The Genius Act cleared a key procedural vote in the Senate with 15 Democrats joining Republicans to break the filibuster threshold. We're doing good on that. This is bipartisan. It's on both sides. But ethics concerns are mounting due to the president's personal family ventures in crypto. Well, that's his family ventures. What do they have to do with the president? That's family. That's what his sons is running. The son's running the board with the crypto. What they got to do with Trump? Oh, because they're related to Trump. That's a whole different entity. Y'all got to understand. People set up, just like businesses set up private entities to acquire things that you don't know about. There's nothing wrong with Trump setting up his kids to, and not even him directly. His kids probably propose, because a lot of young people propose the new things to their parents. I try to propose Bitcoin to my parents, but they don't budge. They don't want to hear it, and some people just stuck in their ways, and it's okay. And now I have to show them, hey, Dad, hey, Mom, remember I was telling you about this 8 years ago, 9 years ago? Look what your son became. Multi-millionaire. Damn near, I'm going to hit a B before I leave this earth. You know, because you're supposed to live in abundance, and that's how it's just going to be, right? That's how it's going to be. And I'm going to say, I'm going to put it out there, most likely I'm going to hit a B off one asset class. I'm just saying, and crypto's going to be it. The blockchain. That's why I like it. That's why I'm going to stick with it. Because when you realize what's going on and you're here before the switch, you will understand, why would I own stocks if I can own crypto? And I'm going to own stocks too. Not I'm going to own, I already own stocks, right? It's good for tax advantages and borrowing against and, you know, paying you dividends and stuff like that. But don't nothing pay like crypto. Let me tell you guys. Nothing paid me more than crypto. Nothing. Not even a paycheck. You know? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But anyway, let's see what they said. They may accuse Ripple of them. Okay. They did that Ripple is the best position of okay. They says Senator Loomis says she has 5 Bitcoin. Hey, 5 Bitcoin is better than none. 5 Bitcoin than none. But the thing I don't like about Senator Loomis is that she's biased. And biased not in the sense of gender, right? But biased in a sense of crypto. To me, she's all for Bitcoin. She a Bitcoin maxi. She don't understand there's other things in this space that's 10 times better than Bitcoin. For example, Digibyte is something that's 10 times more decentralized than Bitcoin. We're not even going to talk about that one. That's a secret weapon. We're not going to talk about that one because Digibyte is a secret weapon. All right? So I noticed that, what did Brad Garlinghouse say the other day? She's trying to block him, or she done reschedule a meeting and they're supposed to meet. It's because a lot of people that's Bitcoin maxis, and I'm not a maxi of anything. I love Bitcoin. I love XRP. I love people. I like the space. I like crypto. I like different protocols. I like different case uses. I'm just exploring the space. I'm the explorer. I came here as an exploration. I'm enjoying myself with this. I like what people are